Well, I guess what? I'm going to talk to her right now. We got on Connected Dots crew. We want to let you know that we have on the line Miss Pamela Smith. She's an author, Begging for Justice, the Silent Coalition. And, of course, she's on right now. We want to talk to her. Miss Smith?
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm sorry you just hear me rambling on. They didn't forward me my schedule, and this is like Fun Drive, so I kind of go freestyle, and sometimes I get outside of my little structure here, but now they got me straight. So now we're talking about your book. Is it a book, Begging for Justice, the Silent Coalition? What's it about? Tell us all about it.
Yes, it is a true story of Pamela Smith, Begging for Justice, the Silent Coalition. I was raped and abused while I was in prison. I was raped, tortured, and forced by implementation of a glass salt shaker by a state driver's examiner at the Department of Public Safety. DPS and DOC had entered into a contract for female inmates to go out and clean. And there was a state driver's examiner there that would rape and abuse the ladies. And because we were black and we were powerless and we had a past, he would use his badge and his authority to threaten us to have us shipped out the program. I was raped repeatedly, and I begged the state officials in Oklahoma, the attorney general, the district attorney, I begged for justice on this case, asking them to please help me and these other victims because we were black, powerless, didn't have the money to fight the state. And so they turned a deaf ear to us. They took the glass salt shaker that I was tortured with and left it in the desk drawer. They didn't turn over the evidence. They played with me and other victims through the court system. We never have arrived at justice. It's a true story of a woman that was raped behind the prison walls and took her fight all the way to Washington, D.C., and today still hoping that President Obama will open up this case because President Obama stated that in America we do not torture prisoners. And I say to President Barack Obama, he needs to visit Tulsa, Oklahoma, where Pamela Smith was raped, tortured, and forced by instrumentation of a glass salt shaker.
Wow, that's a heck of a story. Well, we can get more information on this at www.PamelaSmith4U.com. That's PamelaSmith4U.com. And this is a book you wrote about prison abuse, and you'll be here this weekend at the Black Expo?
Yes, I will. I'll be at the George R. Brown Convention Center at the Expo May 16 and 17. I'll be featured there as one of the authors, signing books and telling my story. God has been truly good to me. He has allowed me to be the voice of the powerless behind the prison walls. And I continue to speak for many victims because when people are abused in prison, some people say, well, they deserve that. No, they don't. When you go to prison, the judge sentenced you with a JNS, which is your judgment and sentence. And in your judgment and sentence, he does not say you go to prison to be raped, abused, tortured, and threatened. Inmates violate their freedom. They still have something called their constitutional rights.
Pamela Smith, author of the book Begging for Justice, the Silent Coalition. Again, she'll be at the George R. Brown, Black Expo, and it's PamelaSmith4U.com. That's how you can get more information on this.
They can go to the Amazon.com, Borders, Barnes & Noble, so they can go to my website, and they can read about my story. It's a lot of information on my website, the www.PamelaSmith4U.com. A true story of many victims that fell short of the state of Oklahoma, how they laughed in our face and thought it was a joke. This man gave me a condom and put it up and raped me on my birthday, February the 6th of 1998. I've been fighting this case for 11 years. I took this case from the district court to the 10th Circuit Court all the way to the halls of Washington, D.C., looking for justice on this case. And so I say to warn, justice should be for all, not for some elect people. When you're black and you're powerless and don't have money, you do not see justice. And so you have to sometimes fight harder. And I fought this case behind the prison walls because I've seen so many young girls being abused and raped, as well as myself, behind the prison walls. Not only does female offenders be raped and abused, they rape and abuse male prisoners as well.
Wow.
And so we're trying to do what we can to put a curtail on the prison abuse. I say that please don't cast your family off because they made a mistake. Still stand by them. Stop the prison abuse that's going on behind the prison walls.
Pamela Smith, thank you for being with us.
You're so welcome. Thank you. Looking forward to coming to Houston. Come out and see me.
All right.
Pamela Smith, Begging for Justice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, you heard that exclusive interview here on KPFT on Connect the Dots, and of course that was Pamela Smith. She'll be at the George R. Brown, the Black Expo, and that's Begging for Justice, the Silent Coalition. Wow, that was a heck of an interview there, brother. That was, boy, brother Linton. I mean, I to put on some music. I need a little something to to pick me up a little bit, brother, so I can go back into pledge mode. That was something. There's no joke. This is the kind of stuff I don't know if you would hear that on any other station. I don't know if anybody else would allow such person to come promote their book, to tell their story on any other station. I'm sure that the law and order people, the Justice for All folk, wouldn't like to hear from a lady like that about what happens to people in those prisons. 713-526-5738, 713-526-KPFT. Want to hear from you behind the pine curtain. Those of you who are